Hey guys and gals, Greg here with Chronicles again, and this episode for the folks that had originally started subscribing to our YouTube channel. One of the very first videos we did was on the new Ruger AR-556, and we talked about the product. We went and got a Leupoold optic. We went to sight it in, and the Leupoold could not dial in to a 0 at 100 yards. I didn't want to go and put high or extra high rings on the firearm because it took away from what we were using the firearm for. I didn't want the big gap. We still have to put some equipment on it. So luckily, with our TV show, which airs on Carbon TV and Pride Outdoor Network, we were able to partner up with Alpen optics, and we finally found an optic that we were able to mount and zero at 100, 200, and 300 yards. Obviously the optic will go further, but that's where we narrowed it down to for coyote hunting. So I'm gonna grab the firearm here, and I finally have an optic here that fit correctly with a 50mm bell housing with standard height rings. I still have room to get to the charging handle. Now the rings that I did choose to go with are excuse me, an arms mount, so they are quick release. So if I decide that I want to take this firearm and shoot a 3-gun or a steel competition, I can simply mark my rail to where these arms mounts are, put the scope back on, and I will not have to re-zero. So this is the Alpen Apex XP 2.5 to 15 by 50. So I'm going to get a little closer. So I actually have room underneath my bell housing with the cover. With the Leupoold optic, I had no chance of that. I actually had to put black electrical tape underneath the bell housing so that I didn't scratch it. This optic is phenomenal, and it's shockproof, waterproof, you know, all that and more without spending crazy amounts of money. So it does have a bullet drop compensator reticle inside of it. So basically once you got it sighted in, you were able to, you know, basically just go out and make sure your zeros were correct. So we started, once we got it on, we basically started at 25, just make sure we were on paper. I got it pretty close. Keith from the show helped me a little bit because I was having trouble at further distances picking up the dots, because obviously it's a 5.56 round, so the further I got, I'm a little older than he is, my eyes aren't as great. So he was able to sit there with the scope, spotting scope, and make sure where I was hitting. But literally 2 shots at 25, 3 shots at 100, and we were just this far from dead center, and I left it there. We were a little bit high because obviously the further you go out, that bullet's going to drop. So we left it about a ½ inch high at 100, went out to 200, it was almost dead on, and at 300 we were about a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch low of dead center. So I mean, it was literally 5 shots and we were ready to go. So guys, if you're looking for an optic that is not going to break your bank, check out Alpen. You're going to see some more videos coming from the rest of the team on their binoculars, on their rangefinders, on other rifle scopes that they have. So we just wanted to show this to you because obviously we have not done the coyote hunt with this firearm yet. And the good news is we'll actually be able to get this done a lot sooner now than what we had originally planned, because obviously hunting at night when we're trying to film is super difficult. You need some infrared on your cameras, so on and so forth, so that you can pick up, or have night vision on the camera so you can pick up the actual hunt. Well, a good friend of mine who lives here in Pennsylvania, lives up in northern Pennsylvania, was one of the people very much involved in getting night vision and thermal allowed for predator hunting here in Pennsylvania. Up until this year, you could not use any of that equipment. Sherry is her first name. She has done so much work to make that happen. Most of everybody that is in some sort of predator hunting forum or group knows who she is. And there was a company called Night Sight that was out of Texas that unfortunately did end up going out of business. But I called because I knew she worked with them a lot, and she still has one of their units. And the reason the unit was important for us is because it's actually a thermal screen that shows you the picture. So when we go out to do this coyote hunt with the Ruger, we'll actually be able to film the screen rather than having to go, find a thermal scope or a thermal magnifier or anything to that nature. Basically, this screen will pick up the coyote and the shot, just to make filming the hunt a little bit easier for us. So guys, anybody, again, the Ruger, this gun is just phenomenal. We've already discussed that, and a lot of guys have asked different questions on YouTube, on the other videos, put in comments, and as far as having the safety, it's an ambi safety. No, it does not get in my way. It doesn't feel funny. Everything they did with this particular new model AR-556 was spot on. And this grip, I just still can't get over the grip. I've shot it a couple times, open sights with gloves on, and the positive grip that you get out of this Bravo company, or B5 Systems, Bravo, I kept thinking Bravo. B5 Systems grip is great. The stock is super comfortable, which we've talked about. So we will get the Night Sight ready to go. I'm going to go up and pick it up from her probably this coming week, and we'll get it mounted. As soon as we get it mounted, I will do a video here in the studio, and then we'll get it out on a hunt, because we have coyotes showing up on camera, and as well as fox showing up on camera almost daily on the property. So guys, again, Alpen 2.5 to 15 by 50. It is the Apex XP, and what's great is the adjustments, they're external adjustments. You don't have to screw off your caps to little clicks, and getting it back to zero is super easy as well. So definitely check them out. Now, they are partially owned by Bresser Optics, so if you're going to look them up on the internet, you want to look up BresserUSA.com, BRESSER USA.com. So check them out, guys, and stay tuned for the next video. I promise we'll have a coyote here hunt for you here shortly. Just bear with us. Like I said, the old thinking is go buy what most people think is the best optic out there. Unfortunately, not always the case. So got rid of the Leupoold. We actually returned it, and here we have a perfectly affordable high-end scope that is actually clearer. I have better sight picture. It's adjustable to your eye. Comes with mounts, which we didn't obviously use on this particular gun. Comes with the scope caps. You just can't go wrong for what you're gonna purchase this optic for. So BresserUSA.com, Alpen Optics. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out online. But we're excited. We can't wait to go out and shoot some coyotes with this thing. We'll see you guys later.